Okay, you guys can call us if you want. 877-77-BOBBY. We welcome those calls and comments.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
As far as the news goes, Mark Zuckerberg says it's time to move on from the billionaire cage fight because Elon Musk is not serious about it and that he's a big pud, basically.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg is tired of waiting for Elon Musk to get ready to rumble, so he's moving on. So there will be no billionaire cage match fight for charity, it seems like. That's from TMZ. That would have been fun to watch. Zuckerberg is so ripped now, I think it would have been over in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I think he would have just outlasted him. That first round, 2 and 3 minutes, it's exhausting. And I think that Elon Musk is not in good shape, and Zuckerberg is in, like, bizarrely good shape. Like, I need what he's on. Because you know he's got some sort of futuristic stuff going on.
and all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Just, well, I don't know. I don't think that's...
No, I think he's very busy.
I would imagine you don't change your wiring, meaning if this guy built this and has nourished it and been the president, CEO of it, he didn't just go, oh, it's big, I'm good.
Oh, I thought those guys just play golf all day.
Most people that are extremely driven, when they get to a point, they don't just go, I'm good now.
Oh.
Because their wiring is all messed up or is perfect, however you want to see it.
Okay.
So, yeah, moving on. Nestle recalls Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough because there was some wood chips in it.
Oh.
How did those get in there?
Yeah.
Nestle USA has issued a nationwide voluntary recall on some of its chocolate chip cookie dough on the Break and Bake products after wood chips were found inside. The company said that no illnesses or injuries have been reported. It issued the recall out of abundance of caution. But when you know somebody has to make that call, you know someone's like, Chuck, look, there's wood chips in this.
My popsicle stick fell in there.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, what do we do? Golly, do we just tell everybody, recall it all?
Keep it amongst ourselves?
Or do we just shut up about it? It's just a wood chip. I mean, it's natural. How many have been reported? 3? Let's wait till 10, and then we can. But yeah, if you have that, maybe you watch out. That's from the Daily Mail. The useless organ that doctors often remove may be actually there to fight cancer.
Uh-oh.
What?
There's a small fatty gland that sits behind your sternum and is often said to be useless in adulthood. U.S. researchers found that those who get their thymus removed have an increased risk of death from any cause later in life. Researchers are concerned by their findings. Until we know more, they argue that preserving the thymus should be a clinical priority where possible. That's from MSN. In childhood, the thymus is known to play a critical role in developing the immune system. When the gland is removed, patients show long-term reductions in T cells, which is the type of white blood cell that combats germs and disease. We're always told that the tonsils.
Yes. Gallbladder.
Appendix is the one I was thinking of. I guess it's appendix.
Well, because that seems like an emergency. A lot of times you hear it, oh, I had my appendix ruptured.
I would imagine that all those glands are something.
Right. So why are we removing them?
Well, if they get inflamed or swollen, if they think there is no reason to have them, they're like, we can just pull it out if it's bothering you.
I don't think it's elective.
I feel like it's there for a reason and we shouldn't mess with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially when a story like this comes out.
Right.
It's sometimes, if I build something from IKEA, I got a couple extra parts. Now, they were meant to be used. No doubt about it, they were meant to be used. I just screwed up somehow. Now, will the chair stay together or the table? Probably. Or will that eventually be the piece that doesn't have the right support that the whole thing crumbles down because of? Probably that one.
Yeah, I really want to get my tonsils out. Do y'all have yours?
You don't have your tonsils out?
Mine are still in.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
I never
do
got
it.
Oh, man.
Tonsillectomy?
Let's do it.
Amy, we just talked
why
about
would
this.
I do it just for fun?
Because I just feel like mine get so annoyed all the time.
Why are you getting me involved, though? If yours are
2
annoyed.
for 1. I don't know.
That's the most painful
That's in a BOGO?
surgery.
If
as
we can
an
BOGO
adult.
this thing?
No, I think they've evolved where
There's no way it's the most painful. I would say circumcision as an adult would be worse.
Hold on.
You're going to tell me circumcision as an adult is not as bad as the tonsils out?
Yeah,
right.
my buddy Garrett just got it done, and he was on the shelf for 2.5 weeks.
Circumcision or tonsillitis?
Did he get the laser?
He got his tonsils removed. 2.5 weeks. He was in dire pain.
So you would rather have your tonsils removed than an adult circumcision?
Do it.
Do both.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have. Ooh.
No, I think it's the other way around. He'd rather have the circumcision because it's less painful.
I've heard the tonsil.
All
right.
There's no chance.
Doctors, call us.
The reason we love the smell of gas, according to science, it's less about getting a buzz and more about nostalgia.
I don't.
Smelling gas takes us. You don't like the smell of gas?
No.
I like the smell of gas. I like the smell of leather. I like the smell of cut grass.
Dang, cowboy.
Okay, yeah, that's all nostalgia.
It's all
yeah.
farm stuff.
All right, man. Man.
Well,
And tobacco.
I don't like the smell of tobacco. I mowed a lot of yards as a kid, as a job. I worked maintenance on a golf course.
Yeah.
It reminds me of being young, I guess, and free.
Okay.
The ball glove is baseball. Straight up was my favorite. Was pretty good at it.
That's a good smell.
And then gas, man, just was siphoning gas all the time from people's cars trying to get around. So got that. So smelling gas takes us back. The smell of gasoline makes us remember a simpler time when we polluted more, apparently. From Discover magazine. People don't view infidelity as bad for their marriage.
Tell us more.
How about that story?
Yeah.
What do you mean about that?
This is from the Archives of Sexual Behavior, a research journal. Many married people who cheat on their partners claim they do not feel guilty about it. Not only that, but they report that cheating is highly satisfying and does not hurt their marriage. Most people in the survey did not complain of deeper problems in their relationship or anger towards their spouse that led to the cheating. They just wanted to cheat.
Is that what you call an open marriage?
Because open is not cheating. Cheating would be deception.
Oh, well, it sounds like, okay.
So they're cheating but not telling their person.
Okay.
And I think they say it's highly satisfying, probably because their partner hasn't found out.
Correct.
Because as soon as they find out,
It's not satisfying.
that
And then it's gonna cause
satisfaction
problems.
is not going to be good. U.S. firms are, including Netflix, Amazon, they are offering AI jobs that pay up to $900,000 a year. And so I saw where Lunchbox wrote, "Where do I apply?" But then Scuba sent me a message. He said, "Why did Lunchbox write, where do I apply? He still doesn't have email on his phone. He has to log into his laptop at home like he's dialing up the internet. Where do I apply? He doesn't even know what this is."
The scuba thing.
I met him like 4 years ago at iHeart Festival. He's like, "Hey man, first thing you do, can you put email on my phone?" Every day I ask him, he's like, "No, I don't want it on my phone." It's been 4 years.
Where do I apply
Where do
to
I
work
apply?
in AI?
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, for $900,000, I'll work there.
The internet has a new term, IJBOL.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Why can't you say it?
Wait,
Because
hold
I
on.
know it.
Oh, I thought you meant because it was bad. not bad.
I know it's not bad.
IJBOWL.
Oh, this is
No, BOL, not OWL.
Who uses this?
It's a new term.
Peter?
And I'll tell you what it's for. Instead of LOL or ROFL or
Okay.
LMAO, it's IJBOL.
I'm
just
Like,
fell out the chair.
a hit would
You're
be.
close. You're close.
Wow.
It just happened.
I just
What are the next letters?
burst out laughing.
Yeah. Scuba Steve just did that
IJBOL.
to his own joke.
Last month, Mashable christened it the summer's new ironic term, and that's what people are using now instead of. And I hate that they go that laughing emoji with the big tears is for old people now.
Yeah,
I like that one. Because LOL straight line. You didn't laugh out loud.
I will only write LOL if I did laugh out loud.
But I've been next to people where they're like, LOL, and you're like, you didn't laugh out loud.
Oh, you saw them write LOL and they did this whole time?
Yes, exactly.
I will only write LOL if I laughed out loud.
Okay.
How to tell if you're dehydrated. Here you go. Dry mouth or cracked lips.
Yes.
Headaches. Dizziness. Fatigue. Dark-colored urine. What's been happening with you, by the way?
I think I'm severely dehydrated, and I don't know why. Maybe I don't think my body's recognizing the water that I'm drinking.
Like it comes in, it's like, hey, stranger, I don't know what you are. What do you need?
I have no idea. It's,
Like, where are you from? You come around here often?
I don't know. I have no idea. It is weird because I am consuming water, but yes, my mouth is dry. I have most all of those. I keep having to apply lip gloss. My lips don't feel. No, I'm.
And you think it's from dehydration?
I'm dying. I don't know.
Should we do that thing where we diagnose her on the air
Let's
again?
do it.
Well, that was
Yeah.
Eddie last time. We
Yeah.
Amy this time.
Is it my thalamus?
Oh, yeah, good
Oh,
point. Let's
no.
remove it. We need to remove it then at all costs. So things that would happen that show you're at risk of being dehydrated on a far more significant level: abnormal breathing, fast pulse, low blood pressure, lethargy. So
What's lethargy?
Lethargic.
Oh,
being lethargic.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I like to say this about our work environment. Didn't they take away our water around here?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
How are we supposed to survive?
Exactly.
No, hold on. They didn't take away they took away the
Water
little-
cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can go to the sink and get water. There's water, guys.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like
Have you smelled the
No,
sink water?
they put a filter in it.
Yeah, they put
I
a
didn't
filter
know
in
that.
the water.
I stopped smelling the sink water like a year ago.
No, there's a new.
Scuba, what do you
little
think about this?
spout?
I'm pretty upset about it. I've been gone for like a week and a half and it still hasn't been fixed. They took away a water cooler that functioned just fine. They took away because it didn't look aesthetically pleasing.
Well, this whole building doesn't look aesthetically
Exactly.
pleasing.
So a water cooler is your biggest issue.
I don't look aesthetically pleasing. What do you want?
And then they put in that filtered water, but it's like, it's hot. It's gross. And so then now they're going
That's
to give
true,
us.
too. Now we need an ice machine.
Well, then they said they're going to give us an ice machine, but like just give us
we
back
need
our
a
water
Sonic
cooler.
ice machine.
Ooh, that'd be
Oh,
nice.
that'd be cool.
See, there is a way to make everybody happy with a sonic ice machine.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do? What's next?
I'll get on it.
All right, the richest cities in America. Here we go. Number 1, Los Altos, California. I guess that would be near
Silicon
LA.
Valley.
Is it LA or San Francisco?
Los Altos, I believe that's near San Jose.
Okay, so Bay.
Bay, yeah.
Yeah. University Park, Texas. What's that near?
Oh, Dallas?
Yeah,
Dallas or
Dallas.
Houston?
That's got to
Dallas?
be Arlington.
McLean, Virginia. Is it near DC? It's all little suburbs of bigger cities. South Lake, Texas. That's Dallas, right?
South Lake? I
Like
don't
South
know.
Lake Carroll.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all weird places.
Some nice pictures from McLean, Virginia.
24/7 Wall Street. Yeah, what's it near? Is it DC?
Yeah. It's like right by George Washington Memorial Parkway.
Good. I know where that is exactly.
Thank you.
now.
And
Yeah, thank
Scott's,
you.
yeah,
Scott's
yeah.
Now I
Run
got
Nature
it.
Preserve.
Oh,
Yeah, man, thanks.
Been there.
Finally, a family in Michigan got a terrifying surprise recently when they found an actual live frog in their package of spinach. Hey, baby, you want to go real? You want to go organic? There's no more organic than that.
We can do without the frog,
But they didn't do it on purpose. They literally were grabbing live plants.
Mm-hmm.
Amber Warwick gave an interview, and she was like, well, I'm just thankful we didn't eat the frog. She points out that no one detected a whole frog in a package of spinach. They say it's triple washed.
That's what I'm saying.
Great. New York Post has a story. I'm telling you, just be happy your stuff is natural.
Well,
But
yeah,
if it's triple washed, how do you not see the frog?
You should have
The
triple.
frog's clean too.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Exactly.
How did the frog not get out of there?
breathe? Like,
And how does the
Don't blame the frog. The frog's just living its life. I'm just saying that's fresh green. Stop being upset.
Triple wash, though, dude.
not anymore because that frog would be urinating on it.
That's okay. Frog urine, clean. That's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Thank you. Luke Combs now. Bobby Bone Show. Hey, by the way, if you're in Tampa, we'll be there Friday and Saturday night. Saturday's sold out. Friday still got a few tickets left. Go to bobbybones.com or my Instagram. Also, Vegas, coming to see you as well. Thank you, guys. I'm going to post this video on social media, but I was driving my Bronco in today. It's a 74 Bronco. It's cool. We've had to rebuild it. But the steering is so loose that, you know how as a kid you would do fake driving with your hands going back and forth?
Yeah.
Like, I'm driving, left, right, left, right. I'm driving down the road. I didn't realize it was so bad till I got down, and my steering wheel was just so loose.
And it's not moving the tires? Yeesh.
I know. I don't know if everybody drove like that in the 70s. If that's where that impression of someone driving comes from, but I'm going to post it on my Instagram. And it's okay to drive home.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Now that I don't know anything about cars.
Because it turns, right? Like if you turn.
Oh, yeah, I
okay.
got here fine.
Okay.
There's just some slack. I'll post it, Mr. Bobby Bones on Instagram. Oh, man. I just hate that having to get that thing fixed. I just had a bunch of it fixed, and it came back. Some fixed, some broken even more. It's just old things, man. People, cars.
They break down.
Everything's breaking down. Thomas Rhett came by my house, and we did an hour. Thomas Rhett has not done a bunch of interviews this year, but he stopped by, and the Bobbycast is up now. And he talked about not being on social media all year.
I haven't been on social media since January. Yeah. It was getting to a point where, I mean, it sounds super cliche to say it, but it was just taking up so much of my time. And I was finding so much of my worth in a post, especially since all the algorithm stuff changed. You started to be like, man, I used to post videos and they'd get like 1 million views, no doubt. And then you start to see this thing of like, okay, my views are starting to go down. Does that mean that I am starting to suck more? Like that's what my brain would tell me.
It was good for both of our mental health because we got to compare notes on, okay, I think I am lesser than, and I'm very insecure about this. What about you? And so it's really good. I mean, Tom Strutt, cool dude. Known him for a long time. Something that I've been doing or trying to do for the last couple of months. In a similar way, I just shut off my likes on Instagram, if I remember. Because I don't want to be comparing it to other posts. I don't want to post things based on the amount of likes I get. I want to post things based on things I like and want to put out there. And so if I remember, I go boop, and I turn likes off.
Oh, you can do that?
Mm-hmm. But you have to do it each individual post. They won't let you just do it all because they know they don't want to give you full ability to shut off likes. So they want you to remember to do it every time. So I do that because it's not healthy for me to go, dang, that video, only got a couple 100,000 or 100,000. So I felt that big time. It's even like message boards. I give myself 1 day a week to go look at message boards that have anything to do with the show or Facebook or anything like that. 1 day a week. Now I go 1 day a week and I'll go hard. But I used to go 7 days a week, just always monitoring stuff. But the internet's a place where people really just come out and it's 90% negative. So why would you keep exposing yourself to 90% negative? That's what I say. I don't need to go somewhere to be told I suck. I already know that. Like in my own heart, I try to fight that all the time. So I've done pretty good. It's like not keeping cookies in the fridge because I know I'll eat them all. I love cookies. I can't get enough cookies. I'll eat 20 cookies. When we left the Tampa show the other night, the Wichita show the other night, you know what I got? Cookies and milk. I love cookies and I love milk. But if I keep them in the house, I'll eat them. And so I've got to limit myself because I know that I have no ability to only do moderation.
So how do you know when your week is up, or how do you limit yourself? Because like cookies you can keep out of the
Tuesdays.
house. You always have your computer.
No, Tuesdays. Tuesdays is computer day.
Oh.
I always go on it, but Tuesdays when I go on the internet and like get really irritated at everything. Huh. But I try to shut off my likes on every post. I don't remember sometimes, but I shut off my likes. I still would like for you to like my stuff.
What about you shut off comments too?
No. I don't shut off comments.
Oh.
I rarely go looking in them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotten a little better, honestly, at least in my comments. It's gotten a little better. But I don't go looking for a fight anymore unless it's Tuesday, which is today.
Oh, no.
Let's go. I got to kind of get amped up for that. Thomas Rhett was talking about, being in a bad place creatively after letting what bloggers were saying about his music get to his head.
So then you start making music out of fear. And I think for a while there, dude, I was working out of hit desperation because I was so terrified of what this genre would think about what I thought was cool that it got to a point where I just wanted to write what I think they think would be cool. And so I started to really not be myself anymore. Just kind of lame to write with, honestly. Just vanilla, straight down the middle stuff.
He talked about why he hasn't listened to his own music in 2 months, even though he's working on a new record.
Man, I've put a record out every other year since I was 21 years old. And I think like the last couple records, as proud of them as I am, I feel like there have been moments where it's been like, we just need to keep writing because we got to keep keeping up. and then you put a record out and there might have been like a song that did a thing, but the rest of the record like wasn't really ready. And so I've been working on a new record for the last 6 months and I don't have a date yet. And so I've had to take a big step back from even the music I've been writing. Like I haven't listened to, and this is rare for me, but like when I'm about to start making records, man, I'm listening to my demos daily. And I haven't listened to a song of mine in 2 months.
Check it out. It's an hour long. Tom Rhett, myself, on the Bobbycast. Go listen to it on iHeartRadio or wherever you podcast. It's an hour-long conversation at the house. It was real good. But, I don't have a moderation gene. I feel like he has a bit of that as well, where it's like if he goes hard, or he has to stay away from it. I'm going to tell you what I did yesterday. Do you mind if I indulge myself a little bit?
Please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Okay. I was going to pick up Eller because in the daytime, a couple days a week, we drop her off at this place where she can play with other dogs. She has high energy. So Stanley, not so much. Eller, crazy energy. So we drop her off 2, sometimes 3 times for like 3 hours at the dog place. Well, there's a Sonic in front of the dog place. You know me. I love Sonic. Some of my top favorite things in the whole world. There's a Sonic there. And I'm driving by. And I'm like, I sure would like a classic Oreo milkshake. And so Oreo at Sonic is like the greatest flavor.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I don't love Oreo. I
Fantastic.
like Oreos. I don't love Oreo flavors everywhere. But like the classic shake, the Oreo classic shake at Sonic, this is what I said to myself. I'm going to go by. I'm going to get a small. I'm going to drink half of it.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
So do you sip your milkshakes or spoon it?
I don't spoon it because I'm driving.
Okay, cool.
I'm only going to drink half of it. That's what I tell myself. I don't know what it's like to do heroin.
No, neither do we. I don't
Right.
think.
Yeah.
I don't, but I've only seen like the shows where the rocker's like, I take it and you're like, oh. It was so good.
You fall back in your seat.
Yeah. Eyes closed, roll back.
It was awesome. So I did that, and then I had about 3/4 of it.
Oh, that's
Already
than-
more than half.
Yeah, that's already fail.
And then I go, I can't do it. There's only like a pinch left because it's
You're not going to leave that.
a small shake. So I take and I have an old water that's been in the car, and I just dump it in there on top of it, like I've done something great. So I don't drink the rest of it.
Wait, what?
That's
I thought you were gonna say you gave it to
just
Eller.
enjoy it.
I know.
and then-
But I was already
yeah.
disappointed in myself because I don't have this moderation.
I get it. I mean, yeah. Well, didn't you work out hard yesterday? You and
Really
Eddie were
hard.
just in here talking
Really
about how
hard.
hard.
But those have nothing to do with each other.
Oh, I mean, I
I just
agree.
was
I don't think you have to earn
craving
food at
one.
all,
Yeah,
but
me
I
either.
just thought maybe.
Should have worked harder than I would. But I dumped old water in it so I wouldn't drink the rest
I
of it.
thought you were going to do like what you used to do with like Sunny D, where you only had a
I thought
little
you were gonna
left.
make more. Yeah.
Or shampoo.
Which, by the way, $1.99 small classic shakes available all day long and only for the month of August. Maybe that's why I saw it in Wonder One so bad because we were talking about it.
I know that my vet is right by there. That same Sonic. That's one. Yeah. It's anytime if I drive my kids by there, they're like, we have to pull in.
Available all day long and only for the month of August. Did I say that?
You did.
I'm just using this as an ad time now. It really wasn't supposed to be an ad time, but now it's like, let's talk about it. Okay, cool. That's it. I have no moderation, so I try to not keep cookies or milk or anything around that I'm going to do a lot of. Because once it's there, I'm going to do it. But if it's not, I'm pretty good at keeping it away from me. But it is Tuesday, so I'm about to go wreck some people on the internet. Let's go.
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right. If you missed it, Amy got surgery on the air this morning. Her earlobe was ripped completely out. That hole was ripped into two. It looked like a lizard tongue split. And so we had a doctor come in, Dr. Lucky, and brought basically a pop-up tent like when they did COVID.
It was amazing.
Did surgery, made everything sterile. I don't even know what to say because it was right here in front of me. There was a chair blocking the ear part. I don't want to see that part when it started bleeding and stuff. But how does your ear feel now?
It's still, I mean, I feel like some of the feeling is coming back, but it feels okay.
Mm-hmm.
now.
And I don't think she's going to charge.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't.
I wouldn't
started
even
to wonder
inquire.
if like later I was going to get, I had to sign all these papers and I didn't know if I was going to get a, email later with a bill.
You didn't read the papers, Amy?
You didn't hand her your insurance card in here? But that happened. So let's just take a second here because I saw that you had posted on your Instagram story that, and help me if I'm wrong, and I misinterpret this, that you thought you had cancer for a minute?
Cancer?
Yeah, like you got a mammogram call.
Oh,
And-
yes. Okay, so yeah, that was.
Not about this.
Oh, yeah,
but-
no, sorry. I was
No,
like,
didn't I
oh,
see
my
that?
ear.
Didn't you write that?
Well, so I shared with y'all maybe a couple of weeks ago that I went in for a mammogram and I was like, hey, it's going to be good and I'll get my results in a couple of days. Everything will be fine. Well, I get a letter in the mail that says I need to come back and make an appointment, but it just, in the letter, it just mentioned dense tissue. So I called Ray's wife who had breast cancer. I'm like, hey, dense tissue, what is that? She goes, okay, I feel like this is very normal. When it's dense, they just need some images because they can't see everything. So I went in like thinking, okay, it's all good. No big deal. I go in to my appointment, I book it, which I wasn't going to book it right away, but then they called me and I never answer random numbers, and I also rarely check my mail. So the fact that they mailed me a letter and then they called, like I was like, whoo.
But if they mailed you a letter, though, I feel like that is not as
But then I guess
urgent.
but that's why they also
Right.
called, and I answered. I didn't even know it was them, and I was like, hello, and then they were like, hey, we'll book you, and I booked for the next day.
I mean, that'd freak me out. That part would have.
Yeah.
For sure.
But even on the call, she just said, I said, oh, yeah, I got the letter, dense tissue, blah, blah, blah. So I go in, I've got my coffee. I'm even on a phone call. I'm like, la, la, la. I'm just here again for dense tissue pictures or whatever. And then the nurse working goes, do you know why you're here? And so then I kind of put my phone down. I put my coffee down and I said, yeah, dense tissue. And she said, we found something. And it's a spot that was not there last year. So we're concerned to a point that which we need definitely more pictures. And we're going to need to squish down way tighter than we did last time, like really press down to get back in there to see. And then there's like, if the radiologist isn't satisfied from that, then we will have to call you back from an ultrasound. And she goes, but I want you to know you will leave here today with answers of the next steps. Like you will not leave here not knowing what's going on. And so then both my parents had cancer, not breast, but I just am instantly, triggered by anything that might be any concern in my body. And so I start to hold back the tears. And she's trying to do the image. She's like, okay, turn to the left. She's like, are you okay? I was like, I'm good. And then she smushes me down, takes the photos, and she's like, go in the waiting room. We'll come in 10 minutes. So I'm waiting. And she comes out and she goes, yeah, we're going to need ultrasounds. And I'm like, okay. So then I go back and I'm doing the ultrasound. And then at some point, honestly, she left the room because something was going on. And I was like, what is happening? But I guess the machine was a little bit broken. And I was like, is this the day for it to be broken? So then after she does the ultrasound, she's like, just wait right here. And the radiologist is going to take a look. And either he'll come in and talk to you or we'll be back. And then the nurse came back. So I thought that was a good sign. And she said, okay, you're good to go. Make sure you're doing self-exams and you
What was
can
it?
come back next year. It's just, I guess, a part of the tissue, I don't know, that like bundled up. It looked like the shape. When they showed me the shape, I honestly was like, man, these people are so trained. They know exactly what they're looking for. Because to me, I thought, I don't really see much. But sure enough, if you look closely, it was like this clover-shaped spot. And the fact that they could see that right away and know that was not there last year was crazy. And I'm so thankful they were thorough. But whatever it is okay. And they're not concerned. And I will do my self-exams, and honestly, probably more regularly because I'm not as good at it. Like I would preach that. I would tell people all the time, but am I always doing it? No. And now I will more, and then I'll also for sure go back for my exam. Because even when you have a family, or you come from a family that has cancer, certain appointments, like I avoided the gynecologist for a while or other things for several years because I just didn't want to know. Like if there's something wrong with my body, I don't want to know. And then now, thankfully, I've matured and I want to be as proactive as possible. But yeah, it was an interesting, stressful 2 hours, but I'm very thankful all is well.
How did I know that story? Because you didn't tell me. Did you write it on Instagram?
Yeah,
Or
I just took because the week before I went in, because the appointments were literally a week apart exactly, and I had taken a picture the first week and put like, thumbs up, like get your mammogram, because and even Ray's wife is like, thank you so much for posting stuff like that. You have no idea. Early detection is key. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can do my part as a woman. And then when I went back, I did a new picture and was like, hey, this is the update. Like everything is okay. But here is what happened, and kind of I realized my fear of appointments and cancer and how I can't let my fear of that keep me from being proactive. So book the appointment, do the thing, whatever you need to do.
Check your mail.
Yeah. And then on my
That's what I hear.
4 Things with Amy Brown podcast that week, I had done one of my things was just like about that experience and me kind of dissecting why I maybe avoided those appointments, and then also just gave a list of things you can do genetic testing for, which I've never done that, but maybe I will.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry you had to go through that.
It's okay. It was just, people go through far worse. Like mine was just a stressful couple hours, no big deal.
Well, you didn't deserve that.
Stop.
So we had a doctor here, and so when she does this on your ear, the surgery today, does she give you medicine afterward?
Oh, she said she needed to call me in an antibiotic, and I said, I'm good.
Why would you say you're good?
Well, because I just took an antibiotic not too long ago. And
Take one every morning.
aren't you supposed to limit your antibiotics?
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't take one every morning, guys, so before people start railing on me. I'm just kidding. I believe if you take a lot of antibiotics, what it's supposed to do, it's already done so many times, it can't do anymore.
Right. And it does
But
something
again,
to your other stuff. Listen, I
don't know.
I don't know.
NPR can fact check us on this one.
I feel like I'll take the risk. I think that's to avoid the infection she was talking about potentially, but then she said she thought my ear looked pretty good. So we'll see what happens.
A rough couple days for old Aim here.
Oh man.
Right. I don't think you have to take the antibiotic. Because that's the thing. Once you take one pill, you have to take the whole bottle
You do?
of antibiotics. Yes.
I never fully do it.
Oh,
I
you
should.
have to?
You
I
have
know, but
to.
once I
You
get
have
better,
to.
I forget.
Wait,
Oh
that's
man.
that's worse than not taking
I know, but I'm just
I
telling
don't know
you.
if that's true.
Once I get better,
Oh,
I
yeah, I
go,
don't know.
I don't even remember. Because when it hurts or when it's bad, I remember I got to take my medicine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised as a doctor you would do that.
Doctors aren't perfect.
Right.
And I'm a doctor of letters, so I always get all 26 of them. I never mess up on that. Okay? All right, thanks.